My dear people of God, it was on when it. I've been suffering from hepatitis B almost a year now, because it was noticed just 2 weeks after 2 weeks before that is before today too. It was noticed 2 weeks when I was feeling weak. I could not do anything.
Meaning you've had hepatitis for about a year.
Yes, Papa.
But about 2 weeks ago, you were feeling weak.
Yes, Papa.
You had attack.
Yes, Papa.
And you were attacked because of the hepatitis you have for about a year.
Yes, Papa.
Okay.
And with that, it was not. It never ended only with the hepatitis. I had also liver problem.
You had liver problem.
Liver problem, Papa.
Yes.
Yes. So within the 2 weeks that I'm talking of, there was no way. I've been moving from one hospital to another here in Bamenda. And if you look at my book here, I have already a new book since September. The other book is already finished.
Oh,
now,
this is another book.
Yes, Papa.
Since September, your book got finished.
Yes, Papa.
The doctors writing consultations.
Yes, Papa.
Okay.
Every day talking about this, singing just the same song, typhoid. So it was 2 weeks ago that it was not more easy. I had nothing in me, and I called my people at Buddha. They said, let me better come and consult at Aluchem. So I went there. They said, let them better do the general consultation. That is by doing the hepatitis test and running all those tests. So in the process, they discovered that my liver was not more acting as it was to be, and that I'm suffering from the hepatitis. So along the line, they said they wanted to transfer me to Regional Hospital Bavusam. I said no. Let me better come to Regional Hospital Bamenda. So they sent me to Regional Hospital Bamenda for treatment. I came and met a specialist in charge of that. It was on a Tuesday. He said since they cannot just go in treating on something that they don't know, that I have to go back and redo the tests for them to confirm that really I'm suffering from that. So with that, I went. He directed me to the lab. He wrote the tests I have to make. I went to the lab. They said I would do the tests. I said no. I will only pay for the money. Go back because since it was a Tuesday and I know there will be a Wednesday service here. I said I will only pay for the tests. Then come on Wednesday, have a one-on-one word with my man of God. Then come back for the test on Thursday. They said, if that is the case, no problem. So I paid the money. I came here. I came to church on Wednesday. As I came to church on Wednesday, Papa was preaching. Because the text on that day came from the book of Mark chapter 5, verse 1 to 20. Along the line, he was quoting examples for the woman with the issue of blood. And by saying so, he said, let him tell the people of God what will happen at the new church. That they should not think by going to the new church, he will keep on laying hands on everybody anytime there is a service. That only your faith will heal you. And with that, I received the grace, I received the faith. And I said to myself that, then I'm already well. With that faith, I'm already well. So with that, he came during the touch. He came to me. He said, I complained. He said, there is no problem. That he sees no problem in that. He then said I should come on Friday to have my ticket for the special healing service, of which I still have the ticket here. So I came on Friday, on that Thursday.
On Wednesday, the man of God told you, don't be afraid.
Right. Yes, that I should not be afraid, that he sees no problem. So on Thursday, I went to the hospital for the test. I gave them the blood for the test, but they said I should only come in the evening for the result. I went there in the evening. There was no way I could have the results because they had no light to print the results. So I came back. Since I had a rendezvous with the man of God on Friday, there was no way I could just get up in the morning and go to the hospital without passing through the man of God to have the ticket first. Because if I don't have the ticket, there will be no way for me to join the healings, to be part of the healing service. So I came. Sister Melissa here, she first gave me the ticket to join the prayer line for the Saturday service. That is for the prayer line of yesterday. So I went to Papa now. Papa said, what are you doing here? That he sees no reason of him giving me the ticket. I said, why? He said, anyhow, he's just giving me for giving sake. I asked him, that means my new name is testimony. That's how he was writing. He said, don't fail to testify. Okay.
Can we celebrate God in the house?
So, as he gave me the ticket, I left the church on Friday with 2 tickets. The one for the prayer line of yesterday and the one for the healing service. I went to the general hospital for the result. They only looked at me and said, this boy, you are something different. Surprisingly, the results changed. And people of God, I may not know how to say, but only the camera will show you. At first, I was also one of, he always said that in Tom, they always, in Pidgin they say Tom, but in English they say Thomas. I was always like one of that, I was always like Thomas. And I'm telling the doubting Thomases, the results will prove everything there.
Celebrate Jesus in the house.
Now, if God tells me to tell you, I am not seeing it again, grip it, catch it. You hear him. He was coming to take the ticket. But I said, ticket for what? I'm not seeing sickness. Just like the lady who was outside, I think that was about 5 years, 6 years ago. She was crying, man of God, I'm HIV positive. I said, I am not seeing HIV. Go and do another test. She left the church, ran to the health center, did a new report. HIV left instantly. So, it is your faith. Your faith. That's all. Your faith. And you see, if God says yes, no one can say no. If a man can be here on Wednesday from Babsam, he comes, oh, Babsam, then Wednesday service. Then that same Wednesday, after the preaching, like the woman with the issue of blood, she walked to Jesus. Jesus never walked to her. Then he can believe and be convinced and receive his own breakthrough. Then you, not only receiving, but I'm coming to touch you. If you go back the same, blame yourself. May something new happen to you today in the name of Jesus. Now, what is your word of advice to those who are preparing today to receive a touch from Jesus and are preparing for the special healing service?
My dear people of God, I know there are many of us here having the same problems and even problems that are more than mine. We don't know why God healed me so soon. Maybe I could die on the process. And the only thing I will say is his ways are just completely different of ours. So the only thing I will say is his time is the best.